Okay, we'll just do that, but let's go across then to Ashwini with his, focus in on Bajaj Electricals. We've got the management joining in. We've got ANANT BAJAJ, Chairman and Managing Director, to speak a little bit about the numbers. Thanks very much for joining in. Mr. Bajaj, just could you run us through, what were the contributors for your profit and, the disappointing quarter that we've seen this time?
Managing Director is Mr. Shekhar Bajaj. So just for your correction. And the segments, of course, all three had its difficulties, which is where, it has been a difficult quarter. As far as the lighting segment is concerned, clearly the CFL market, which is rapidly dropping, and it being a very big part of our portfolio at this stage, has affected the total segment by itself. Because our luminaire part, which also forms part of the lighting segment, that has done fairly fine, and as a result, the impact has not been from their end. But CFS, I would say, is a single point aspect which we have to improve on, which really means that our LED bulb sale has to increase to offset the gap which is coming from CFL falling off in the market. Because that is clearly a trend which is coming up, that the LED is going to take over in a very rapid space, and which is clearly happening already in the market. So that's as far as lighting segment is concerned. And as far as considerable segment is concerned, there were issues related to some of the products in terms of the sale was not picking up, I would say, as a result of some delay in the season. But also it was the whole area of the product, some of the products which were very, very high selling, and where they, to really make it remain high selling, we had to give some discounts, which clearly affected the picture. And as far as EPC is concerned, where compared to last year there is an improvement, but the big picture is that some of the older site expenses have still come through quarter, which so actually all our new projects have really done well, but it's some of the last bits of unexpected expenses which still came up from the old site, which actually created unexpected situations. But we really expect all of this will be now once and fully sorted, because now almost, I would say, there's almost none of our old sites pending to be having any more impact. So to that extent, we really should not be having any other surprises of any kind, because clearly sometimes whenever with all the best planning, sometimes certain expenses do come up, and so which is where I think it is exactly what happens.
Mr. Bajaj, I really want to talk about that aspect only because even though in the last quarter you did manage to, show a good performance on the EPC side, once again this time around we've got, I think, an operating level loss of almost 28 crores coming in. Can you tell us about the current order book? You did say that legacy orders are almost out of it, but of the total order book, how much proportion is still the legacy orders that you're working with?
So currently in the financial year, all of the new orders only are being executed. So first quarter and some part of the second quarter, we have finished a lot of the old projects, which is like the ones before 2012, March 31st. We have pretty much done with most of them. So right now, like even in our order book, which is standing at a very high, closer to 3,000 crores, in that a lot of it is brand new, and which a lot of it will only get starting to execute towards the third quarter onwards. So to that extent, what we are looking at also as a year is to say close around 1,500 crores plus on the top line. A lot of that will come from the projects which are already ongoing, and some of it from the new ones, because obviously, to make them start also takes some time. But that also we have made an improvement. So as a result, we are expecting about between 200 to 300 crores from the new projects also to start getting executed within the financial year.
So I'm hoping, Mr. Bajaj, that coupled with, some of the other factors that you've been highlighting will help see an improvement, because this time around your lighting and consumer durable segments have been affected on account of lower volumes and higher marketing and operating expenses. So can we see a turnaround here?
Yeah, see, the thing is that, I mean, as far as lighting segment is also concerned, I said it's really a one specific product called CFL, which we have to find a better alternate product to, which is LED bulb, and which actually is starting to sell, but it's clearly not picked up on the volume, so it can't offset the gap created by CFL. And as far as EPC is concerned, actually all our new projects are extremely good. Is some of the closing costs which have come up for the old projects, which have actually continued to create some havoc, and which we don't expect should create any further, because now that pretty much all the possible things which have to be closed have been closed, so therefore you really can't see any further surprises coming. That's for almost certain. And the new projects are at better margins, and because now we've become a preferred vendor from purely our speed point, like some of the projects which we just closed last month are like 7 months ahead of schedule. So those kind of things will certainly help in the totality, because at the same cost we'll end up doing some more projects, or at least 1.5 times better, so which becomes obviously better for the overall.
Sure, Mr. Bajaj.
So therefore, so definitely, I mean, there is a really good overall situation, which can, and yes, numbers currently may not reflect the turnarounds, but the
Right,
reality
Mr. Bajaj. Here's hoping that the future quarters definitely turn out to be a lot better for you. A lot of stress seen on the lighting division. Even the EPC business once again turned out to be a sore point. But the key takeaway right now from the management's commentary is that most of those legacy orders are out of the picture. So the picture should become a lot better going ahead. 235 rupees on a Bajaj Electricals right now. 15% gone and counting. 40 rupees off really for this counter. But on that note, time for a quick reminder for all our viewers that here's how you can be a part of the show.